Hi everybody, this is foXnoMad, and today I want to help you travel smarter by reviewing the GORUCK GR2, which is that backpack right there. So the GR2 is a $500 backpack. It comes in two different varieties, a 34 liter and a 40 liter. If you can't decide between either one of those sizes, so if you're pretty much set that you want to get a GR2, be sure to check out my video comparing the 34 to the 40 liter. I'll link to that right up there and in the description below. So this GR2 is $500, and a lot of that cost is going into the ultra durability of this bag. This is one of the most, if not the most durable backpack you can get. It is designed to survive a lifetime and comes with a lifetime warranty. But is that $500 worth that much extreme durability for most travelers? And is it a good travel backpack? And for both questions, it's kind of a yes or no, depending on the way you travel and the things you're going to use this backpack for. So first, let's break down this as a travel bag. So it's basically broken up into three main compartments. You've got a laptop compartment, which is bomb-proof, it says on the website. And this company was started by a former Green Beret Special Forces. So they say the bag is bomb-proof, or the laptop compartment is bomb-proof. I tend to think that's not maybe an exaggeration. So you've got the laptop compartment on the back, which opens about 3/4 of the way. It doesn't open completely. It's not completely clamshell. Then you've got this front compartment, which is sort of a larger pocket where you can store a lot of different items. You've got these two mesh pockets that are in that pocket as well. And they don't have any depth. But in that main compartment, you do have this one pocket, which has a lot of depth. That pocket I found is the most versatile and the most useful pocket in this entire backpack. You've also got this front pocket, which doesn't have much depth to it. You've got these MOLLE straps all around the bag, and you can use that to hang a bunch of different things. And this backpack can carry up to 200 kilograms or about 450 pounds. So it's a very tough bag. This bag that you're looking at now is the 40 liter version, and you'll see that's sort of broken up into those two major compartments and the laptop compartment in the back, meaning that it's 40 liters, but it's not quite as large as it would seem. It's a little bit on the smaller side of 40 liters. So what this means in terms of a travel bag is if you travel with a lot of clothes. So for me personally, when I travel, my carry-on bag, my backpack is pretty much all electronics. So it's camera gear, drones, laptop, microphones, all that sort of stuff. I don't use this bag, I don't use any backpack that I carry on for clothing. So all that thick material on the outside is great. It keeps the bag very rigid, and because it's such a durable bag, you can really stuff this bag to capacity. So for things that give, like clothes, you can really stuff those front two compartments up and really mash this bag down. And it's really good at compressing things that are inherently compressible, like clothing. As far as electronics go, having those two front compartments isn't quite ideal because you end up smashing your electronics basically on top of each other. In other words, if you're filling this bag up to capacity with electronics, those electronics are going to be smashed in a way that might actually damage them. And the most obvious place that I've noticed this is in the laptop compartment. So when you fill this bag up with things that really can't be compressed, so basically with electronics or camera gear, lenses, things that don't have any compression in them, the laptop compartment on the back is going to get really the brunt of the pressure of all of those things. If you've got clothes, the laptop can kind of push back into the clothes, but if you have a lot of electronics and a lot of camera gear, then it can't really sort of push back, and you get a lot of pressure on your laptop, especially if you've got a 15-inch. So I've got a 15-inch MacBook Pro, and I noticed that when I carry this bag to capacity, which is pretty much whenever I travel, my laptop is really snugly fit in there, and I wonder how much my laptop can take. It definitely feels like it might be a little bit too much pressure for that laptop over a long period of time. Now, if I filled the bag up just as much with clothing, I think the laptop would handle it much better because, again, there's a little bit more give to each of those different compartments. As an electronics bag, where this GR2 fails is by having those two front compartments. I think it would have done a lot better as far as an electronics bag if it didn't have that one main compartment on the front, basically just combining those two so you have a more massive one huge pocket on the front that opens clamshell style. That would be ideal for electronics, but this bag is really not a good electronics travel bag. It's really not designed for that either. This is designed to be a travel bag to carry gear like clothing. That's really the primary focus of the design in terms of the organization. So you've got all these different organizational compartments and pockets, but because a lot of them don't have any depth, because the bag is split up in this sort of 3-compartment way, it doesn't make it an ideal bag for electronics. So in short, this is a very capable travel bag for clothing, maybe just a few electronics, maybe just a laptop and a camera. But if you're using this as a full-time camera bag or electronics bag, it's not going to really serve that purpose as well as some other bags that I've reviewed. Now going on to the durability of this bag is $500 because it is made to last a lifetime. It comes with a lifetime guarantee as well. Pretty much GORUCK says if you can damage this bag in any kind of normal usage way, then we'll be happy to replace it, but good luck trying to do that, and I tend to agree with them. The exterior of this bag is 1000 denier nylon, which is basically a very thick, strong, rugged nylon. You really feel that in the bag, and I don't know where to put this in the review of the bag, but this bag just feels good, not only in terms of the durability, but the bag is really tough. You can throw it around, you don't worry about the bag, and that kind of impression sort of rubs off on the person wearing it too. It's kind of cool to have this tough bag that kind of stands out but kind of doesn't, and that's sort of just a nice side effect of having such a high quality backpack. Now, like I mentioned before, this bag can carry up to 200 kilograms, which is 450 pounds or so. And that's because this bag is used for rucking. So rucking is basically like an event where you stuff this bag full of weight, and GORUCK sells weights for these bags. So you fill this bag up to capacity with a whole bunch of weights, and you go run around in the woods or go run around in mud. They have all these different events, and the bag is tough. It can handle all of that. But speaking of weight, all of that durability, all of that thick nylon in this bag, in this GR2, makes it a very heavy bag. It weighs about 5 pounds, which is about 2.25 kilograms or so. So when you're going to the airport, if you fly a lot of budget airlines, if you're using this as a travel bag, that's gonna be an issue, especially if you carry a lot of electronics. I've noticed in my recent travels with the GR2 that a lot of airlines have asked me to weigh my carry-on, and the weight is ridiculous. It's ridiculous anyway because it's full of a lot of electronics, but that 2.5 kilograms, 5 pounds or so added from the bag also doesn't help the situation at all. Now, I've never been rejected from carrying this bag as a carry-on because I have a lot of electronics with a lot of batteries in them, so the airlines don't want me to check that equipment, and I don't want to check that sensitive equipment either. But it is an issue in terms of weight, in terms of fees, in terms of whether you can get on a budget airline, so that's something to keep in mind. There are lighter bags which aren't quite as super strong durable, but they're pretty much just as capable for regular travel. So if you're not necessarily carrying 450 pounds on your back and running through the woods, then the GR2's $500 price might be overkill for most people. The bag carries very comfortably, so the weight is really high up on your back, but that also puts a little bit of pressure on your shoulders, and there's not a ton of padding on those straps. This bag is very utilitarian, so the weight is distributed very well on your back, but it's not really designed for ultra comfort. It's comfortable, don't get me wrong, for a bag that can carry this much weight, and I have certainly filled this bag up as heavy as I can with a whole bunch of weights, electronics, just to see how well it feels, and it does a great job, but it doesn't have that nice extra padding that you find on a lot of other high-end travel backpacks. But again, that's because it's not really an airport travel bag. This is more like grab your stuff. You want to take your shoes, your boots, your jacket, your clothes, and you want to be able to take this into the Himalayas. You want to be able to go all sorts of different places and know that the bag is going to withstand that, and it's 100% going to withstand that. Are most other travel bags that are at least on the higher end, like the Air Travel Pack, are those travel bags going to be able to be this durable? Those bags probably won't last a lifetime like the GR2, but they'll definitely last you multiple years. Definitely 3, 4, 5, 6 years. A good travel bag is going to last you. So you may not want to pay the $500 up front for the GR2. You might want to just pay like $200 for a really good bag and see how long that lasts you. And if you're the kind of person that changes travel bags often, then it's probably worth it to get something that's less expensive, that's probably as durable for most travelers' needs, and see what comes up down the line, because you're going to change the bag anyway. And one other thing that I really want to note about this bag is that nylon is very strong, but if you wear any kind of polyester blend shirts like this one here, hey, you can get one of these. I'll leave a link and a special code for you to get a discount for this foXnoMad one, for example. If you wear any kind of polyester blend shirts, this bag, the GR2, is going to start ripping through those very quickly on the back. If you've got regular cotton shirts, they're going to last a little bit longer, but that back padding, that nylon is really rough on fabric, especially where the straps touch your shoulders and on your lower back, where if you've got this bag full, it's going to be rubbing on your back as you walk, and that's going to cause you issues on your shirts. And that's something that you should definitely know about this bag. The GR2 is just going to run through those in a couple of weeks. So in short, the GR2 is one of my favorite backpacks. I really like this backpack. I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. But there are a couple of design differences that I would make. If you're somebody who has a lot of camera gear and electronics, and I mean a lot of electronics, then the GR2 is probably not going to be the backpack for you. Now, GORUCK has a very liberal 30-day return policy if you're in the United States. I reached out to them and they basically told me that if you're trying this backpack, so if you want to try any of their bags like the 34 and the 40 liter GR2, or you want to see the GR2 versus the GR1, if you want to try any of those bags, you can order them, and if you don't like one or you don't like either, you can return those within 30 days and get your money back. And I think within 60 days, you can get a store credit. So there you have it. That's my review of the GORUCK GR2, one of my favorite travel bags. I wish it was a little bit better as an electronics bag, but it's a really good, capable, strong, durable travel bag that's going to last you a lifetime. And if you know that's what you need and you kind of want to go rucking too, you're going to definitely, if you get this bag, you're definitely going to go look up rucking events, and they're all over the world. Trust me, you'll be doing that. Otherwise, if you're looking for a good electronics bag, I'll leave some recommendations in the description below if you want to compare and contrast with the GR2. But as far as the most durable travel bag that you can get, then you want to take a look at the GORUCK GR2, especially if you're traveling to some really difficult, hard conditions around the world. Let me know what you think of the GORUCK GR2 in the comments below, and while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.